exactly does a physical change inside a pipe, like fluid pressure, turn into a precise electrical signal that a computer can read? To understand the process, we'll use a standard example, a pressure transmitter calibrated to a range of 0 to 10 bar. Our first step is to define the total physical window of that instrument by calculating the span. By subtracting the lower range value from the upper range value, we find a span of 10 bar. Defining the span establishes the mathematical boundaries for the entire loop. Without this physical context, the electrical current being sent to the controller has no specific meaning. If the physical process variable, or PV, is currently reading 7.5 bar, we first need to determine where that value sits proportionally within our 10 bar span. Subtracting the lower range value before dividing by the span is a critical step. While it seems simple when the LRV is 0, building this habit ensures accuracy when working with instruments that have an offset, like a vacuum gauge. Here, the calculation puts us at 75% of the span. Now we map that 75% onto the electrical scale, using the formula for loop current. We multiply the percentage by 16 because the total electrical span is 16 milliamps, the difference between 4 and 20. We then add the 4 milliamp baseline. This live zero ensures the system can tell the difference between a zero pressure reading and a snapped wire. Normalizing physical measurements into a percentage first allows this same conversion logic to be applied to any instrument in the plant, regardless of whether it measures pressure, temperature, or flow. If we look at the signal from the PLC's perspective, we might see an incoming signal of 12 milliamps. To find the physical pressure, we have to reverse the math. Order of operations is key here. You must strip away the 4 milliamp baseline before dividing by the 16 milliamp current span. This tells us the signal is at exactly 50% of the transmitter's range. You can also use a combined formula to translate the current directly back into physical pressure without calculating the percentage as a separate step. By scaling the percentage against the physical span and adding the LRV back in, the formula converts 12 milliamps back into the 5 bar reading. Try to combine these steps yourself. Without stopping to find the percentage first, write a single formula to calculate the milliamp signal for a PV of 7.5 bar. Mastering these calculations allows you to cross-reference a field gauge with a digital display. If your calculated value doesn't match the screen, you've effectively narrowed the problem down to either a scaling error in the PLC or a calibration drift in the transmitter. This direct formula combines previous steps into one line. It takes the physical reading, finds the percentage, and applies the milliamp scale. Running our 7.5 bar PV confirms the 16 milliamp result. These 3 quick checks verify loop function instantly. You may want to screenshot this summary grid. It organizes the formulas by their end goal, providing a quick reference for calculating span, percentages, and signal values. These formulas ensure that every step of the conversion process is verifiable. Applying them correctly maintains a predictable mathematical link between the physical process and the control room.